Who will you be? It is a question I avoided thinking about, and not thinking about it set me down a path that many would love to have. A career in finance, making good money, and having everything I needed. But it didn't happen right away. I wasn't happy. In fact, I was depressed. Television and social media showed all these happy, successful people living enviable lives. I wanted to be one of those people, but I wasn't, at least not on the inside. I didn't have a burning desire to jump out of bed in the morning, so I stayed in bed. I didn't know what to do, so I didn't do anything. That question, who will you be, would have been a great way to spend my time thinking about. But that question wasn't obvious to me. And so I stared at my phone, scrolling through everyone's perfect lives, or did what I've been doing and just avoid the majority of my life. I'm a procrastinator. I've been one all my life. A paper, a test, this talk. Even when I had the information, I never wanted to get started too early. I even told myself, I do better work when I'm under pressure. So I procrastinated, and I continue to be depressed when I should have spent more time figuring out me and who I wanted to be. I think my subconscious grew impatient with me for not hearing its little voice or blocking it out altogether, and it finally took the matter into its own hands. One day a friend saw me sketching and said, "That needs to go on a wall." And you know what? A few months later, it was a mural in Santa Monica. That question, who will you be, was now out in the public in my first mural. And I felt the need to answer it. There are so many ways to answer this question. And I realized choosing who I wanted to be was like a multiple choice test that I had the answers to. It was energizing to know that I had the power to choose who I wanted to be. I kept painting more murals that would ultimately lead me to choosing who I want to become. Anything can happen. A message about possibility. Remember that little boy or girl that lives inside you that believed anything was possible? Remember? There are days where I wake up and I feel fat or ugly. Even though I know I'm not, there are still days that I feel that way. And this mural serves as a reminder to love ourselves. And in a world of unattainable perfectionism, I had to paint a clearer message of self-love. This next mural is about claiming who I have become. It is a reminder for all of us that we all have a purpose, that we all matter, and that the world is a better place for having us. Forgive, forgiven. I painted with inmates inside of Lancaster Prison, on their cell block walls, speaking into the power of self-forgiveness. My murals were like breadcrumbs, leading me to the realization that I was fine, that I'm enough, and that it was time to love and accept who I am, and that I'm human. And as I began to embrace who I have become, an artist, opportunities came knocking. I received texts, phone calls, DMs, and emails from people in different cities even as far away as Paris to paint murals. BMW wanted me to paint my signature love on their cars. And my creativity exploded. The idea of love seemed appropriate everywhere. I couldn't find a place where love didn't fit. I look at my work as my personal journey from a procrastinator to an artist. My murals were like therapy sessions, reminders to breathe, to believe, to create, and spread my wings. Each brushstroke gave me an opportunity to think about what I was painting and the message I was leaving behind. And the collective messaging of all my murals became clear. The underlying message is to live through love. It is the active state of choosing love over fear. It is an active state of caring. It's acting from the heart. This is live through love. People often ask me why companies commission me to paint murals or create sculptures on their grounds. I think it's partly to combat the negative and fear-driven messaging we see in the world. I also think it's to remind us about the power of choosing to love and accept ourselves and others. Yet, some people think the love thing's too much. The media has warped love, downgraded its meaning in rom-coms and perfectly photoshopped ads. Let's get back to the practical benefits of love. It's like they say on the plane, put your oxygen mask on first. We cannot fully learn to love and accept others until we learn to love and accept ourselves for who we are and believe that we're enough. I took the scenic route. I have a career that I love. I have a son and a wife that I adore. And the one thing I know for sure is I love where I'm at right now. Procrastinating was part of the journey in getting here, and I wouldn't change a thing. Thank you.